Welcome. This video presentation will demonstrate some reliable methods to evaluate the credibility of a web resource. In addition to the evaluation of websites, this video will also provide information to search the internet effectively and efficiently. Much of the effort needed for website evaluation can be completed and well executed with web search that limits the number of irrelevant sources necessary to evaluate. First, let's look at the benefits of internet research. It provides fast access to information. It provides access to lots of information. Information is current and can be updated daily without having to go through the lengthy publication process of paper media. It provides access to research facilities, universities, and experts in all fields such as science, engineering, mathematics, history, literacy, art, music, finance, psychology, sociology, and the list goes on. However, internet research does have drawbacks as well. Sometimes it provides access to too much information, and searches return millions of results that are impossible to review due to the time it would require. Sometimes searches will return irrelevant information from sites that don't match the topic. The searches can also return sites that contain incorrect information and are only found to be incorrect after additional research, resulting in wasted time. Some websites contain biased information written with a persuasive purpose and don't provide the facts equally. There are methods to use during internet research that can eliminate much of the irrelevant sources. Using search phrases prevents results that do not contain the search phrase together. The phrase must be enclosed in quotation marks to instruct Google to list only websites that contain the entire phrase. Using Boolean values and or can limit or expand search results, and allows two separate search phrases to be connected, and Google will only list websites that contain both search phrases. Or is a great way to expand the search by searching for two separate phrases at the same time. Websites containing either phrase will be listed as well as sites containing both phrases. Lastly, it's possible to eliminate a search to list only sources from a popular URL, such as an edu. This will help complete a significant portion of the evaluation process before you need to open a site. You may be asking yourself, what is in your URL? And why is it helpful to only list sources from a particular URL? The URL, or Uniform Resource Locator, is the website address located in the address bar. The address bar is the white box either at the top of the browser window or the bottom, depending on the browser being used. A URL type, also called the extension, is shown by the last letters of a website address after the last period. Some examples include .com, .edu, .org, .us, .uk, .au, and .gov. The URL type details the type of organization responsible for publication of the website. Some organizations are normally not entirely trustworthy and publish information that should not be used for research-based tasks, requiring only factual information. Consider websites ending in these URLs as trustworthy and credible. However, you will still need to evaluate the content to ensure the information is not biased, political, or comes from a person's personal page. .edu is for educational organization. It can be from any level education from preschool to university and contain anything from teacher classroom pictures to graduate level or higher research information. Normally the research information is current and reviewed by other experts and includes research publications from an university. You will still need to be aware of personal teacher pages that can contain personal views and ideas. These are often not clearly identified as personal pages. Not all teachers follow the educational standards for creating their own personal pages. .gov is for government websites. These are normally an informative source, but all government agencies, laws, services, and programs, but additional verification is suggested. Certain types of websites too often include untrustworthy or irrelevant information. These sites should normally be avoided in order to save research time and avoid including incorrect or biased information in your research findings. .com is for commercial organizations or companies. They can include sales websites or personal websites provided by a corporation and sold or leased to individuals. The sites regularly allow any content, true or false statements, opinions, or persuasive writings to be published. There is seldom any type of verification or fact-checking process in place to ensure the content is accurate. The sites often contain content for the purpose of entertaining, persuasion, and advertising. All of your news providers, such as Fox News, CNN, and MSNBC, have sites that end in .com, and seldom will these three sites agree on a news story due to their biased slant on information. .org is for organizations, which are normally non-profit in nature. Many of the political and community organizations publish websites with this type URL. The information often serves as a purpose other than providing information in an unbiased manner and should be avoided or used with extreme care, meaning you need to verify the information with another more reliable source before using it. After you located your web sources using effective search methods and eliminated the sites without trustworthy URL extensions, you can begin evaluating the contents of each site remaining. It is best practice to pick 3 to 5 sites for your information needs so you don't find yourself overwhelmed with information. If you later find you need more information, you can revisit the remaining listings. To evaluate a website, even .edu, you need to determine if they are useful, easy to use, and credible. Websites that are evaluated to be unreliable should be immediately discarded or lose it. Websites that are hard to use, slow to load, or contain old information should be considered for replacement if a better source is available. They are going to cost you time that can be used more efficiently with a better site. The Use It or Lose It checklist is a simple evaluation rubric created by teachers to help you decide if a web resource is reliable and useful to you. You will not have to always rely on this tool because eventually you will be able to evaluate sources using your own judgment developed using this process. The checklist provides areas for you to record the name of the site to refer back later if you need to. Maybe you find another site you want to see how well previous site scored during your evaluation. The first section of the site lists questions that determine the trust level of the source. If any of the responses in this section is marked no, the source should be immediately discarded. The second section deals with the use and design of the site. If it is too hard, too slow, or the last update was not within a reasonable time frame, you should consider replacing this source with another if possible. You may decide to keep the source, especially if the information is extremely useful and pertinent to your topic. Based upon the checklist, there are several criteria that determine if you should use a site. These criteria should be considered as if one is positive, then you should use a site. On the contrary, if the site fails just one criterion, you should discard the source. The author is available for questions and the person's contact information provided. Normally, an expert will list their contact information and resume to confer with peers and add credibility to their statements. The person is knowledgeable or an expert on the topic. The group or person is trustworthy in providing the site for information purposes. The information is current, which means less than 10 years old in most cases. The site has few, if any, grammar, spelling, or syntax errors. You should never use a web source if you have reason to believe or you know the author is not an expert on the topic. The author's purpose is to present a persuasive argument. The site is an advertisement for a product. The site contains any grammar, syntax, or spelling errors. Or if any of the information seems biased to support a particular view or opinion. Finally, after you've completed your paper, you need to make sure you include references to all the source information you used in order to give the original authors credit for their work. Otherwise, you'd be claiming the work as your own, and that is plagiarism. At the end of your paper, create a new page and type a center title calling it Reference Page. Be sure to list the title of the page, URL, author, publisher, and the date you access the page. For instance, the following example was found on the website for Purdue Online Writing Lab, which is a great reference for understanding citations in reference page format. And this concludes our web presentation on evaluating web resources. Good luck on all your future research endeavors.